What is up, everybody in the digital asset space, everybody in the XRP community as a whole? Solomon here. If you see any scam ads on this video, please do not participate if you are watching on YouTube. If you are watching on Patreon, thank you for all the support. I'm posting this out here first, but I believe that this is a pretty big video, and we continuously are seeing new and important announcements coming out of Ripple, and this one does tie in directly with XRP and the XRP ledger. So yesterday that we saw that Ripple had the Blockstars podcast, Why Sustainability is Essential for the Future of Money. And what's interesting in this one is this is with this entrepreneur, Sid John Leopold. He did an analysis of different payment networks and the environmental impacts of those. And the document that we could find here, the academic article, Sid analyzed the eco-friendliness of various payment methods, including the US dollar, Visa, Bitcoin, and XRP. We're going to get into the actual announcement today here in a second, though, but this is extremely interesting, and it just, to me, this is more so about sustainability of certain assets. And this talks about carbon dioxide emissions given different situations, and it compares Bitcoin, Ethereum, Visa, and XRP. Now, first they have in here, and I just thought this was interesting, comparing the number of car miles which could be driven for the same carbon dioxide. A typical passenger vehicle emits 411 grams or 0.9060 pounds per mile driven. It just talks about the inefficiencies from an environmental standpoint that inherently plague the proof of work concept. And Bitcoin, a car could drive 35,135.87 million miles. And you go down to XRP, a car could only drive 3,374.45 miles. So obviously, from an emission standpoint and from an environmentally friendly standpoint, XRP is extremely efficient already. Now they talk about the number of times that a Boeing 747 can travel around the world with the same emissions as the different currencies, given 220.752 million 0.752 million transactions. Then it gives the calculation there, 35.83 pounds per mile, the radius of Earth, etc., etc. Bitcoin, the number of miles that a Boeing could travel, or I'm sorry, the number of times that a Boeing could travel around the world with the same emissions as a different currencies. Bitcoin, the Boeing could travel around the world 224,185 times. With XRP, only 0.021 times. That is how environmentally friendly XRP is compared to, proof of work. And Ethereum, we know the gas fees that are going on with that right now as well. Visa's pretty close, actually, only 12.34 times. But then we had this news today come out. The XRP Ledger Foundation, Ripple, and EnergyWeb announce world's first decarbonized blockchain. And make no mistake about it, this is the XRPL. I am going to read through this entire thing because I think it's extremely important. Rocky Mountain Institute backed EnergyWeb launches EW0, provides technology solution applicable to all blockchains. You can see the partnership here. San Francisco, California, and Switzerland today. Today, the XRP Ledger Foundation, Ripple, and EnergyWeb announced the decarbonization of the XRP Ledger. This marks the first ever widespread decarbonization of a public blockchain, addressing a significant environmental challenge for blockchain technologies around the world. The pioneering innovation has been achieved using technology from EnergyWeb, the non-profit energy tech company co-founded by Rocky Mountain Institute. We'll go over those two organizations in a second here. This initial deployment uses energy attribute certificates from renewable energy assets to decarbonize the blockchain's electricity use. EnergyWeb's open source application called EW0 enables individuals, businesses, or in this case, an entire blockchain ecosystem to transition to verified zero carbon electricity. Now it goes down to say, blockchain technologies have historically faced considerable challenges decarbonizing their energy use due to the naturally distributed nature of blockchain communities and computational processing power. Technology giants such as Amazon and Google, whose processing largely takes place and directly owned and controlled data centers are able to contract clean energy with relative ease and precision. Blockchains face a dilemma, however, since both energy use and decision-making is largely decentralized. No single individual or organization is in a position to make energy purchasing decisions for an entire blockchain. The top 5 energy-consuming blockchains currently use up to 170 terawatt hours of electricity per year. That's enough, or that's more than the state of New York. That's huge, and that's not good. And that's not, in my opinion, sustainable. With corporate and government interest in real-world blockchain solutions on the rise, legitimate concerns regarding the associated carbon emissions have been growing. This announcement demonstrates a path towards zero carbon operation for all blockchains. Now, what you're going to find here is that this does directly insinuate that XRP is going to be carbon-free here. With the XRP ledger, and we all know how efficient from an energy standpoint XRP already is, but this is just completely eliminating the energy issue at all. With the XRP ledger as a starting point, EnergyWeb, XRP Ledger Foundation, and Ripple are calling on other blockchain communities to join the move to being powered by zero carbon electricity. EnergyWeb has already followed suit, decarbonizing 1 year's worth of electricity use for the EnergyWeb chain with renewable energy EACs credits, right? Now, this EnergyWeb chain to me is interesting. I talking about other digital assets. I'm not too overly excited about the exchanges it's on right now, but the partnerships very much so interest me, which we'll go over here in a second. While the XRP ledger is already one of the greenest blockchains in the world, we are taking one step further to be the first blockchain that is fully decarbonized, thanks to our partnership with EnergyWeb Foundation. This is from Bharath Chari at XRP Ledger Foundation. Brad Garlinghouse also talking about being proud of joining this initiative. And to decarbonize the XRP ledger, EW0 was used in partnership with 3 Degrees, a longtime EnergyWeb member and specialist in renewable energy. 3 Degrees has some very interesting tie-ins with Bank of America, which we're going to see here in a second. Specialists in renewable energy, transportation, decarbonization, and other climate solutions. Renewables were sourced from the UK, the US, and the Philippines to decarbonize the XRP ledger for a period of 1 year. We've reached a major turning point for the blockchain industry. With this announcement, we're turning the blockchain's use too much energy, quote unquote, issue completely on its head by converting entire blockchain networks into direct investors into zero carbon renewables, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, now this is where it ties in here to what we care about. The first EW0 transaction was completed in fiat. Next, EnergyWeb plans to enable transactions on EW0 to take place in the native currency of the blockchain being decarbonized. They just talked about decarbonizing the XRPL. The native asset on the XRPL, as most of us may know, is XRP. Now, this is going to be for anyone in a given blockchain ecosystem to individually purchase renewables for their chain, whether they are a developer, a miner, and end user, or another ecosystem member. I believe that this is extremely, extremely huge, and I'm curious to see how other people present this information. I'm going to talk about this 3 Degrees now, okay? And this is through 3 Degrees that they were able to accomplish that, like I just talked about. To decarbonize the XRP ledger, EW0 was used in partnership with 3 Degrees. Now, this 3 Degrees, interestingly enough, we've seen all the tie-ins with Bank of America and Ripple, talking about potential instantaneous settlement in the future. Bank of America taps Duke Energy and 3 Degrees. This is June 29th, 2020, to expand renewable energy commitment. We all saw that XRPL is having a goal now of being completely decarbonized by 2030. And interestingly enough, I do believe that Bank of America's strategy aligns with the same thing here, or at least I did find a document stating that. Now I'm probably not going to be able to find it. Oh, wait, I do. It's in the next slide. Sorry. Stupid things on my table. I keep hitting it. So we can see the tie in there. Bank of America and 3 Degrees, right? All right, now, this is why carbon neutral is the new must-have mantra for banks. This is from February 10th. And this directly talks about, in January, Bank of America announced that it achieved its carbon neutral objective 1 year ahead of its schedule. Under its environmental business initiative, the bank deployed $145 billion to low carbon sustainable activities since 2007, with another $300 billion committed to these efforts until 2030. So we can see the dates somewhat aligning. If you dig deep enough into this green initiative here, European Central Bank, World Economic Forum, World Bank, they've all got basically carbon-free initiatives that slate them out right around 2030. It's just extremely interesting that the XRPL is doing the same thing through the XRP Ledger Foundation, Ripple, and Energy Web. Probably nothing to see here, right? 3 Degrees has some great partnerships as well. They're mentioned in a lot of government documents. Solar Electric Power Association, Energy Web. We can see right here that they are directly partnered with Energy Web. Bank of America we just saw as well. This is the energyweb.org website. I need to do some more digging into this, but they do have a token. I think it's like 45th or 46th. I was not overly pleased with the exchanges that it's on. I think it's on KuCoin, and we know that, or KuCoin, however you want to say it. KuCoin just had that hack. I think it's on Uniswap. There's a couple other ones that are not available in the United States. But I am definitely going to be paying attention to Energy Web. I think the max or the circulating supply is like 45 million tokens, which is not crazy high. So this is not financial advice at all, but this is Energy Web as well. Looks like they're directly partnered with Shell and some other big names. This is their affiliate relationships that they have here. You can see some big names in here as well. General Electric. Go down the list. Wipro, Shell. So I am going to be Exelon. I'm going to be paying attention very much so to Energy Web here in the future. Now, I do believe from this press announcement here that Rocky Mountain Institute backs Energy Web, okay? This is a little bit about Rocky Mountain Institute. They're an organization, research, consulting, and lecturing in the general field of sustainability. But they do also have this Carbon War Room. And this Carbon War Room is an international non-governmental organization and think tank working on issues regarding market-based solutions to climate change. Main offices in London, New York City, and DC. Founded by Virgin Group CEO Richard Branson. And we know Virgin is a giant, right? Virgin Group is a British multinational venture capital conglomerate. Huge corporation, right? But this is this Rocky Mountain Institute, okay? Global Energy Transitions, Carbon-Free Cities and States, China Program, supporting China in reducing its emissions and following a clean energy pathway. They partnered with the government of China. In China, we partner with the government to help the nation profitably surpass its existing national energy and emission targets, dramatically reduce its dependence on fossil fuels, and set a clear pathway for the developing world to follow. You can go down the, you can run the gambit here. I mean, there's a lot to dig into here. But I believe that the XRPL being completely decarbonized by 2030, along with the other initiatives that I've seen, and I've talked about these green initiatives on other videos, with all of these banking institutions that are all aligning directly towards 2030, or at least the beginning of that alignment comes to fruition at 2030. Very interesting to me, that they're using this 3 Degrees, and Bank of America just partnered with 3 Degrees earlier this year. And we've seen the Bank of America documents directly involving Ripple, and we can see, they're talking about the decarbonization and the utilization of the native digital asset on the decarbonized blockchain. We all know that the native digital asset on the XRPL is XRP. So I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. Please don't participate in scam ads if you saw them on here. If there is more news tomorrow, I will certainly present it. There was other news today as well. May want to check into Finastra. MoneyGram, I believe, as well, had another partnership announcement. But I believe that this kind of trumps all of those announcements. because I think that this is big picture type stuff here. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, I'm posting this to Patreon first for all of my supporters on there. Sorry, guys. I know the past 2 weeks I've been a little bit slacking. I've had a really busy couple weeks at work, and I'm trying to start getting back on the wagon again here and providing you guys with some great content. So thank you guys very much, and have a great evening. Later.